everybody, and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name's Tandra, and today we're doing our Tarot Pick-a-Pile card reading for January of 2022. I can't believe we're already into 2022. I don't know what happened to 2021, but it's gone by pretty quick. Alright, so these are just the general energies you might face, some different things that might happen during the month, maybe some advice on how to deal with some things that might crop up, things like that. So just whatever happens to come through in the reading. We do have our tarot cards that we're going to be looking at for that. We also have the Romance Tarot deck to see what might be going on in your love life specifically during the month. We will be doing our charms. We'll also have our Oracle Spheres. That's where you can think of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. And we will be doing our angel numbers as well. Some people like to use those as lucky numbers for the month or for possible important dates of the month. Or some people, of course, use them as the actual messages from angels on specific things to be looking at or paying attention to for the month. So however you'd like to utilize those, we get to those as well. So we have a lot to get to today. There are 3 piles here for you to choose from. And because it was getting ready to start out a new year, we decided to use baby rattles for the baby new year. Alright, so we have pile 1 with the yellow, pile 2 with the white, and pile 3 with the purple. So we have the 3 different piles there for you. We do have timestamps listed in the description that when you are ready to go to your specific pile, you can go directly to it. And we'll see you at that reading. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to your Tarot Pick-a-Pile on January of 2022. Wow. Okay, you guys are the ones that chose the yellow rattle. I'm going to move that over here. We have our tarot cards we're going to look at for the month. We've also got your romance tarot cards here to see what might be going on in your romantic life. We also have our oracle spheres that we're going to look at, so you can be thinking of a yes or no question that you'd like to get an answer to, as well as angel numbers that we're going to be doing, and our charms too, if I didn't mention that. All right, so we have lots to look at for the month. Now, this is just your general energies for the month, some kinds of things that you might run across, some things that might happen during the month, maybe some advice on how to deal with some situations, that kind of thing. So let's just find out what we've got going on. And what we have the Emperor. We have the Hierophant. Goodness. We have the Star card. Oh, wow. Lots of energy going on here. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the Devil card. It's been showing up quite a bit in some readings lately. The 9 of Wands, so is that. The Knight of Cups. The 8 of Wands again. Well, we have the 8 and the 9. We have the Queen of Cups and the Officer card. Okay, I'm going to move a couple of these down here so we can see the cards all in their entirety here. Move these down one. Okay. Lots of stuff going on here. Lots of stuff here. Okay. I love the Emperor and the Hierophant and the Queen of Cup and the Knight of Cup energies, because I feel like you guys are okay. Let me see if I can put this out there. In several of the daily readings, excuse me, there has been messages about breaking free of chains, leaving bad situations, moving on, things like that. There's been messages about that. And I feel like that's carrying over into January for some of you guys. That you actually are going to be moving on from something, from someone or something, some situation in your life or person in your life, or, you know, some particular situation that you're in. You're going to be moving on. And I feel like for some of you, there might be some intervention or some help from authority figures or the police, or somebody that has advice to give, somebody that has some sort of authority in your community or in your life. Somehow I feel like they will be helping with this in some way. Okay, that they will either, okay, let me tell you the kind of energy this is, and this is not specific to all of you or anything like this. This is just an example, but somebody I know converted to Catholicism and got married and has been married for quite a while and is in a very bad relationship in the marriage. It's not a very good one. And they have thought about leaving. And of course, in the Catholic Church, that's not usually thought of very well. That's kind of frowned upon. But the situation is so bad that they actually have gotten permission from the church to leave the marriage, because, you know, it's in the best interest to do so, and the church acknowledges that, and you know, so basically the higher ups in the church have said, yes, this is a good move. This is something to do. Okay, so that's an authority figure. That's somebody that has some sort of sway in the situation and has, you know, has been able to come up with a decision to help out, you know, in deciding on this. That is one example. That example may not have anything to do with your situation specifically, but it's that kind of energy that somebody of authority, somebody higher up, somebody, like I said, maybe a policeman, you know, might be authoritative in the matter, or somebody in the military, like a higher, like if, let's say, you're trying to get away from somebody specifically and they're in the military, and somebody higher up, you know, basically tells them, yeah, you know, stay away from this person or do this. Or maybe it's in a judicial system, where, you know, there's a divorce, or there's some other type of judgment that leans your way or something. There's a lot of different scenarios here, but basically somebody of authority, somebody with higher power, somebody with more sway in the matter is going to help you with this journey of getting away from this situation or person. It could just be a situation. It may not be a specific person. It may be a bad situation that you're in. Like maybe you're in a very bad job, or maybe you're in a bad apartment and your landlord's not taking care of it very well, and you need to be able to get out of your lease and be able to leave, or, you know, there's a lot of different scenarios. Like I said, it depends on what's going on in your situation, but you will be leaving some bad situation or person behind during the month. That's a lot of what the energy is all about. You're going to be a lot freer, a lot emotionally more stable and happy because of this. It's going to put you more back on an even keel. You're going to feel, there is going to be a release during the month, and it is going to be rough. I mean, because sometimes walking away from things that are not doing very well for us is very difficult, and can be a very emotional time. But I do feel like you will come out stronger because of it, and you will, it will work out for you in the long run. And I do think you will feel very free, that you'll feel very much more in control of what's happening and what's going on. Okay, let's take a look and see if there's anything specifically about your romantic life, because for some of you, this actually is a romantic relationship that we're discussing. For some of you, it is not. It's other situations in your life. It's just something that's not serving you very well. But for some of you, this is actually a romantic relationship that you're going to be leaving, and so there might be some specific things to be said here in the romance tarot. So let's take a look. And maybe not, because the energy doesn't seem to be there at the moment. Let me see. Okay. We'll pull them and then we'll look at them here. All right. Well, we have the Knight of Cups. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Knight of Swords. Okay. I like the two knights being here. Because for those of you that are going to be leaving a relationship, you have knights on your side. You have people fighting for you. You have people working for you. Okay. I like the Ace of Swords energy as well, because that's new, fresh beginnings and starts. You know, starting out all over again, starting out from the beginning. I do feel like for those of you that are not in a relationship, it's possible that one will come along this month, and that it'll be kind of a new beginning. It'll be very, very new this month. You won't do a lot with it this month. This is more like you just might meet up with the person. You might go on a date or two, something like that. It's not going to blossom into anything super great this month. It's just the very early stages. For those of you that are already in a relationship, I see it as being stable, that you might even be reaching new levels of the relationship, because no matter how long you've been in a relationship, you do tend to move up levels as you go on. The relationship gets deeper, you get more knowledge, you get other things. There's different levels, and there's lots of them. It's almost like a video game, you know, where you have to reach lots of different levels in the relationship. And I feel like you might even be just starting out with a new level of a relationship that you're already in. So that's kind of the energies we got going with romance during the month. It doesn't look like there's going to be a lot going on with it this month, other than for those of you that will be leaving a bad relationship. Other than that, generally romance is going to be kind of on an even keel, very kind of slow this month. There's not a lot of things happening with it, that kind of thing. So the main thing that you guys are going to be dealing with for the month so far, that we've come up with, is leaving a bad situation or person. Okay, something that's not serving you very well in your life so far. Why don't we move on to our charms and see what else we can find out about the month, or if there's any advice or anything else that pops up. All right, let's see what our charms have to say. Oh my goodness, only 3 charms. Wow. Be you bravely. That's a very important message. That has to go along with being, because leaving a situation that no longer serves you is a very brave thing, and whatever. So that's a very important message. And then we also have the 3 of Clubs. The 3 energy is a very good one as far as it's the 3 of Wands. So it once again is kind of that journey. The 2 and 3s of Wands are kind of interesting. Sometimes I almost think of them as interchangeable in a lot of ways, because they always seem to be showing somebody looking out over the ocean and, deciding on a pathway or heading towards something specific. And it seems like the 2s and the 3s both seem to show the same thing. But the 3 energy is a little bit better one in my opinion. I love the number 3. The number 3 is great. And it's a good creative energy. It's a good moving forward energy, I see a lot as well. It's also a good apprenticeship energy. It's really nice that way. And because you guys will be leaving a situation that doesn't serve you very well, it's nice that you have the Three of Wands there, because the Wands energy is also the fiery, passionate energy. It's something to get fired up about. And with it being the 3 there could be some more creative ideas that kind of strike you this month that you can get very excited about, and have something new that you're heading towards that will help you with this transition, and make you go, oh, hey, yeah, I got this I can look at, or this I can do. And that's kind of the energy we get with that. You also have the Sun and Moon symbol here. You guys also have the Star card, and this actual specific symbol is actually, I use it as the Sun and Moon because that's what it looks like to me, but it's actually a Bajoran earring, and that's from Star Trek. And the Bajorans are very spiritual people, and this has to do with their religion. And I did have a feeling here with the Hierophant and the Star card and some other stuff that you guys might turn to religion in some way during the month, or that you might look into your spirituality more deeply this month. Matter of fact, that might even be something you leave as a religion that you're in, or a particular church, or a particular faith. And you might be exploring a new one. For some of you, that will be the case, because whatever particular religion you're in is not a very good one. It might be a cult, or it might be, something else that's, not doing very well for you. That's possible for a few of you. If that doesn't resonate with you, don't worry about that. But what I'm saying is that for quite a few of you, you might be studying new religions, new connections with your spirituality, and things like that. Might be a focus for you this month as well. That might be something for you to think about. Okay, let's do our oracle spheres. This part of the reading and the angel numbers, these are more the interactive part of the reading, and I really like them because it gives you guys an opportunity to participate in the reading besides just picking your pile. How this works is you think of a yes or no question that you'd like to get an answer to, and you pick a stand. We have silver, purple, bronze, and green. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You decide which stand you would like to get your answer on, and then we go out and we get the answers for you. Some people have found other ways to utilize these. If you found a good creative way to do that, then I encourage that, because that's awesome that you guys can do that. All right, let's go out and get these answers for you. The number 1, silver. Oh, goodness. Is a not likely. Number 2, purple, is a maybe. Number 3, bronze, is a yes. And number 4, green, is a maybe. So we have a not likely for silver, maybe for purple, yes for bronze, and maybe for green. So there are the oracle sphere answers. All right, now let's go on to the angel numbers. This is another interactive portion of the reading. Angels like to communicate with us through symbols, and one of those ways is through numbers. So we have numbers 1 through 55, our angel numbers that we pick from. We have them in here. We have 5 different stands. We have green, blue, silver, gold, and red. You decide which stand or stands that you would like to get your angel numbers on. There are links in the description that will lead you to links that will help you figure out the meanings of angel numbers. Or if you just type in a search bar, angel number, whatever, and type in that particular number, it'll give you the meanings of that number. That could be a message from your angel or your guardian angels to tell you, hey, pay attention to this, look at this. This is another energy that might be going on specifically for you this month. That kind of thing. Also, some people like to use these as their lucky numbers for the month. Also, they could possibly be used, any of the numbers through 31 anyway, can be used as a specific day in the month that might be of significance or of importance to you in some way. Also, any of the numbers above 31 can be reduced down to a smaller number and be used the same way. All right, so let's get our numbers. All right, so number 1, green, is a 38. Number 2 blue is a 52. Wow, a lot of spiritual numbers, because 38 reduces to 11 and 52 reduces to 7. Those are very spiritual numbers. 54 is a 9, reduces down to 9, but number 3 is 54. Number 4 gold is 19. And number 5 red is a 2. All right, so we have 38, 52, 54, 19, and 2. So there's your Oracle Sphere numbers for today. Well, your angel numbers anyway. Oracle Sphere answers and angel numbers. There we go. So there is your January reading. I hope there were some messages here that were useful to you. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Share the channel with your friends and family, and leave us comments in the comment section, as well as subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way you can be notified of future videos when they come out. We do put out our timeless tarot readings every week, or most of them are timeless anyway, but we do our pick-a-piles every week. And then we also have our daily messages from Spirit that we do every day. So we look forward to seeing you for those videos as well. And we look forward to seeing you there. And may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading for January of 2022. You guys are the ones that chose the white rattle. Move that over here. We do have your tarot cards and Gypsy fortune telling card here for that. We also have the romance tarot deck to let us know what might be going on in your romantic life for the month. We also have our oracle spheres, where you can be thinking of a yes or no type of question. We also have our charms that we're going to get some extra messages from. And we also have our angel numbers. That's where you can think, or the angels have a better opportunity to give you any kind of messages that they might have on any topic there. And some people like to use them as lucky numbers and other things like that. So we'll be getting those later on in the reading too. Okay? So we have a lot to do. Let's go ahead and see what your January is going to be like. Now remember, this is on your general energies, what you might have to face during the month, some of the things that might crop up, maybe some advice for some different things, what the general energies are for the month, that kind of thing. So let's take a look and see what we got here. We've got the Six of Swords. We got the King of Pentacles. We got the Strength card. We got the Five of Cups. We got the Judgment card. The Two of Wands. The Queen of Swords. The Justice card. Wow. Temperance. And Fidelity. Okay, wow. This month seems to have a specific energy for a lot of us, in that I see moving on a lot. The first pile had a lot of that same energy in it, and this pile does too. This pile has very much of a moving forward after a tragedy or a loss, or in this case, I do think it might be a loss, that maybe you've lost somebody or something in your life that was kind of important to you. And I get this very much moving on energy, having strength to move forward, having strength to carry on with life, and picking up the pieces and continuing your journey, even with the problems that you've had. With the Judgment and the Justice card and the Temperance card all together, those are very much balanced energies. Those are very much things happening the way they're supposed to, the good and the bad kind of energies. And you also have the Two of Wands, which goes along very much with the moving forward and moving on type of energy, but it's also a two, which is another balanced energy. It's another, you have lots of those actually. You have the Six of Swords, which is a balanced number. You have the Strength card, which is an 8. So you have lots of very balanced numbers, very balanced energies. And so I see this month as one where you try to get things back into some semblance of balance after a loss of some sort, where you pick up the pieces and you learn to move on for the better, and to start to go towards a better life, being able to deal with this loss, whatever it happens to be. I feel like the energy going into the month is you've already lost whatever it is. This could be a person, and by losing them, it doesn't have to be by death or, you know, that kind of loss. It could just be that your relationship fell apart, or somehow or another, maybe they moved away from you, or out of, you know, your reach a little bit, where you don't get a chance to see them. Something like that is a possibility as well. So it could be that kind of loss. It could also be a loss of like a job or some other important aspect to your life. I even get a loss of, like, for some reason, I don't know why, but it came to my mind. So obviously this isn't for very many of you, but it's things like maybe, you know, losing a limb or your eyesight or something like that. Like, you know, something with a health issue, like maybe, you know, there was an accident or something happened, and you have to learn to deal with not having that one thing in your life anymore. So it's that kind of energy as well. So for some of you, that could actually be what you were dealing with, what kind of loss you were dealing with. But you're dealing with some sort of loss, and you're learning to move on and to, like I said, pick up the pieces. It's kind of the phrase that comes to mind, and learning to get yourself back on an even keel, get yourself back in balance, get yourself where you're back on the right track again. I think of like a railroad track, you know, how they're parallel, they're even, they're always spread out the same amount from each other, and that's how the rails stay, you know, how you stay on the rails and how they stay uniform. And that's kind of the energy I get for the month. That's what you're going to be doing, is learning how to keep yourself on the rails, kind of thing, and heading towards a better future, heading towards things improving. Okay, so that's the energy I get that you're going to be dealing a lot with this month. It's kind of a heavy month. I'm sorry to impart that. I always hate it when the messages aren't as nice as I would like for them to be. The one nice bright spot in the energy is that you will be moving towards things getting better, and a better life in the long run. So even though the month itself might be somewhat difficult, or you're going to be dealing with some difficult energies during the month, there is a bright spot to it, at least. So from that point of view, I do like that. I am sorry about any kind of loss that you might feel. We all go through that at some points in our lives. We all lose different things, and in different ways, and they do affect our lives, and that kind of thing. And I know it's hard, but it's also part of living. It's part of your journey. It's part of what makes us who we are, and it will become a part of you, but it will be an important part of you. And so even though I feel saddened that you have to learn to cope with a loss of some sort, I also feel enlightened that you're growing as a person and as a being, and that, you know, you're going to be improving as things go along. So I am gladdened by that. Okay, so there is that energy going on. Let's take a look at your romance tarot here. Since some of you won't be losing like a person in your life or something, or, you know, your romantic life might have some different energies during the month. So let's take a look and see what you might be dealing with that, because that might be somewhat different. Let's pull our cards here and then we'll look at them. Oop, a couple of them flew out there. And we'll take the top one. Interesting. The Five of Swords. Okay, got a lot of swords energy here. We have the Five of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Swords, or the Page of Swords, sorry. Okay. That's interesting. That's still dealing with possible loss, in that some of you guys, it will be your romantic feelings that you will be losing. But for some of you, you know, which we already knew, some of you, that may be the loss that you might be dealing with. But for the others of you, your romantic relationship is on a really good, and these are for those of you that are already in a relationship. I see that you strengthen your relationship this month. You get a little closer. You feel a little stronger for those of you that are in a relationship. So for those of you that, you know, aren't losing your relationship. So what I see with that then is your loved one that you are in a partnership with, if you don't lose them or you haven't lost them, and honestly, you guys will probably know which one of you energy is that way for the most part, but they're going to help you get through whatever this loss is. They're going to help you move forward in your journey. So if it's not them that you're losing, they're the ones that are going to help you. Now, for those of you that are not in a relationship this month, because you're going to be dealing with this loss and moving forward and doing other things like that, I see this more as a preparatory month of, because you are picking up the pieces of your life, because you're shining things up, you're getting your house in order, so to speak, that you are preparing yourself to let somebody into your life in the future. I doubt if you're going to get into a relationship this month with anybody, because you will be dealing with these other issues so much, but you are preparing yourself so that you can be open to that in the future. So that is something that the preparations this month and getting yourself back on the even keel and all that will lend yourself to be open towards having a relationship in the future if you're not in one at the moment. Okay, so that's that. Now let's take a look at our charms. There might be some more energies for the month, or some advice, or some other things coming through on that, and I would like to find out if there's anything else there that might be important to you for the month. So let's go ahead and look at our charms next. Okay. Okay. Well, we do have the Lion energy, so once again, it's that strength. It's that leaning on family as well, because that's something that's always very important to Lions, is their family and their pride and their territory and whatnot. So that is definitely something you could do. We have the monkey here. I sometimes see a monkey on your back when I see the monkey. I don't know why. but that's the phrase that usually comes to my mind. And basically, I see you as shedding that this month. Is if you've had a monkey on your back, if you've had something kind of weighting you down, holding it down, you're going to be able to move forward from that. We do have the crab energy, which is a home energy. It's the Cancer energy. It's an emotional energy. It's a water sign. It does deal with home and family life and all that. I do see this as going to be a big focus of your month, is going to be your home and family in various ways. You're probably going to be kind of a homebody this month, or kind of, stick to home a little bit. But it is interesting because you do have see the world here. And I think that's kind of important because we were talking about you moving forward and moving on. And when I see that see the world, to me, I don't necessarily see it as you specifically going out and traveling and seeing the world, although that for some of you that may not be a bad idea. I'm not so sure it's a good idea right at this moment, but what I see with that is more of taking a look at the different aspects of the world around you, and how they deal with things, how they see things, what they do, some of their customs, that kind of thing. Because I think it could be really beneficial to you, is looking at how different people deal with different things and do that. Okay? We do have a few cards here. Let's take a look at these. We've got the Nine of Cups. So that is that energy of getting better in the Cups energy and getting more emotional in the Cups energy. We also have the Six of Cups too, which to me the sixes are kind of the healing energy from the fives. They're the moving on, the moving forward. And like I said, this really is a moving on type of energy during this month. So I think a lot of you might have already suffered the loss that we're talking about, because the energy for most of January is the moving on and moving forward, not the energy of the loss itself. So that's just kind of showing that there, that you're in the moving on energy. We do have the Ten of Swords here, which I see the Ten of Swords as sometimes it's the, things have really knocked you down, things have really put you on your knees kind of energy, but I see it as, okay, things have knocked you down, things have gotten to you, but now that's over and you're at the 10, so now you get to move back onto the 1 again. You get to move forward. You get to move either onward to the pages and the knights and the kings and queens, or you get to move on to the 1 energy again, because we stop at 10 in the numbering in tarot and we go back to the 1. So I see it as, okay, it's over now, and now you're moving forward, which we've already discussed, so we already know you're doing that. Every journey does start with 1 step, and I do think you will be taking those steps this month. You also have the miracle one, which is nice, because that means that Spirit could be showing you some miracles a little bit this month, some things that might help uplift you a little bit, some things that might help you on this journey. What is for you will not pass you by, so that's really important to know, because sometimes when we lose things, we think we'll never get anything back again, or, oh, well, that just wasn't meant for me, and so I just won't ever have it. And it's important to realize that, what is meant for you, you will get. It's not going to leave you. Okay, so if there is something that the universe has for you, they will give it to you. You will get it. Okay, I do like the butterfly energy, because that's that transformational energy, and I do feel like this is a transformational month for you, that you will be transforming quite a bit, and changing things up a little bit. So that's really good to know. I'm very happy to see that. We also have the moon and the star energy, and that just shows the emotional side of the month for you, how emotional the month is going to be quite a bit, because that's kind of the main energy of the month, is dealing with your emotions and that kind of thing. Okay, so I guess the charms just kind of, spoke of the energies that we had already talked about during the month. Let's move on to our oracle spheres. Let's see what we can do with those. This is the interactive part of the reading, and I really like this because you guys get a chance to do a little bit more with the reading, besides pick a pile. What we have is, you think of a yes or no type of question that you would like to get an answer to. It's a good idea to limit it in some way and in scope, so it's a little easier to get an answer on it. But other than that, the only limitations really are that it needs to have a yes or no type of answer associated with it, because we can't do open-ended answers. And you pick a stand. We have blue, green, gold, and silver. So those are your 4 choices for stands today. You pick which stand you would like your answer to appear on, and then we go out and we get the answers. Okay? So here we go. Number 1, blue, is a maybe. Number 2, green, is a yes. Number 3, gold, is a probable. And a number 4, silver, is a not sure. So we have a maybe, a yes, a probable, and a not sure. So there are your oracle sphere answers for today's reading. Okay, let's go on to our angel numbers. Angels like to communicate with us by symbols, and one of those symbols they like to use is numbers, because numbers resonate with their own meanings. So we go out and we get angel numbers. We have numbers 1 through 55, and we have 5 different stands that the numbers can appear on. And like the oracle spheres, we like for you to pick a stand. We have bronze, green, purple, red, and silver. You can pick one stand, you can pick 2, you can pick them all, you can do whatever works for you, whatever resonates with you. But this is another opportunity that we have to get you some other messages from the angels that might be of use for you. This could be letting you know some things that maybe the angels would like for you to look at more closely or pay attention to in your life, and so forth. There are links in the description that will lead you to angel number links to help you know what the different meanings are, or you could just type in angel number whatever in the web browser, and it will take you to sites that will give you the meanings of the different numbers, so you can look at what they're trying to impart to you that way. Some people like to use these numbers as lucky numbers for the month. Some people like to use them as specific dates of the month that could be important to them as they come through. So however you would like to use these is perfectly okay, and whatever works best for you. All right, so here we go. Number 1, bronze, is an 11. Number 2, green, is a 28. Number 3, purple, is a 14. Number 4, red, is 27. And number 5, silver, is 6. So we have 11, 28, 14, 27, and 6. So there are your angel numbers for today's reading. Wow, guys, thank you so much for letting us do this reading for you. I hope there were some messages that were useful to you and some insights for you. Please remember to share the channel with your friends and family, and check out our other videos. We have lots of timeless tarot we do put out all the time, but we also do our daily messages from Spirit that we do every day as well. So we do look forward to seeing you again, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading for January of 2022. Those of you that chose the purple rattle here. All right, so we have your tarot cards here to let us know about that. We also have our romance tarot cards to let us know a little bit about your romantic life, if there's anything specific going on with that. We have our charms we're going to be looking at. We also have our oracle spheres where you can be thinking of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to, and we will be doing that as well. And we also have our angel numbers. This is where we pick numbers that the angels might give you some specific messages, or you can use them as lucky numbers or other things like that. So there's a lot going on in the reading today. Remember, this is the general energies for the month of January. This might be what you might be dealing with for the month, what might be going on for you, maybe some advice on how to deal with some things that might crop up, that kind of thing, or just, the general energies of the month, just whatever happens to come through about the month of January for you. So we're going to be looking at that. So let's see what the month is looking like. All right, we have the 9 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, so far so good, the 10 of Pentacles, wow, okay, the 6 of Wands, oh my word, the 10 of Pentacles again, I'll put that underneath the other one, the 9 of Cups, wow, what a wonderful month, the 8 of Swords, wow, okay, the King of Swords, wow, the 10 of Cups, and the Fortune card. Wow, guys. Whew, you guys have a wonderful month coming. Wow. I'm really enjoying this reading just right off the bat. The last one was a little intense, so I'm really glad to see this one. Yeah, okay. We have light's not hitting these very well. Okay, wow. Where do I start? You guys have some really good fortune coming your way this month. Some things are going to start panning out and working out very well for you. Some abundance is coming your way. You've got your work relationship should be very good. Your family relationship should be very well. You guys should be harvesting some really good abundance things this month. You're going to have a lot to celebrate. You're going to get some accolades, probably some money coming your way, maybe some unexpected money, like maybe like if you happen to buy a lottery ticket or something, don't go out and spend a bunch of money on them, please. Don't do that. But, buying one ticket or something won't hurt anybody, but just, don't mortgage a house or something crazy like that. But, maybe some fortune will come to you that way. It's possible you'll get a promotion at work that has more money coming along with it, or you'll get a better job, or you'll get an offer of a better job. You're really going to be kind of on top of the world this month when it comes to good fortune and fame. If you have a social media, like, let's say you have a YouTube channel, you're going to start getting more and more people looking at your channel. You're going to get more praise, possibly donations or money or other things like that. If you have a business that you've started, the same thing. It's just all going along those lines that basically you're going to have some really good reasons to celebrate, probably money, and also possibly accolades or getting noticed. So there's two different things going on here, but they're both very much, on the money as far as monetary rewards, emotional rewards, having things come your way, especially a lot of it will be due to your hard work. You will be getting some things back from work that you've put into things, but I also see some unexpected fortune coming your way as well. Some things coming along that you did not expect. If we work hard for things, we often expect to get things back out of that. But this will be unexpected, or at least the bounty will be better than you thought it would be, let's say. Like, if you go and you plant some crops and you go to harvest them and you get more than you expected because, things just worked out really, really well as a bumper crop year, then that's the kind of energy I'm talking about. That even if you did put some hard work in and you expected to get something back, what you get back from it should be even more than what you thought it was going to be. It's going to be bigger than what you had dreamed of. It's going to be bigger than what you thought it would be. kind of thing. You're going to get more out of it than what you thought. If things are coming to you that aren't due to your hard work and effort and things like that, if it's the unexpected, you know, like somebody showering you with gifts or giving you, you know, like I said, you win a little bit in the lottery, or you know, other good fortune happening to you that way, it's going to be unexpected and make you very happy. There's going to be a lot going on there. So yeah, it's just this overwhelming energy of really good things happening. So it sounds like a really good month. It sounds really exciting. Let's take a look at your romance cards. Let's see where you're going romantically this month. The other two piles didn't seem to have a lot going on with their romantic lives necessarily, and you guys may or may not as well. I don't know. Sometimes there's collective energies that go on, and everybody seems to be dealing with like some of the same types of things or has a certain same type. It's almost like I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this, but like, let's say all of a sudden you decide you want chicken for dinner, and you go and you find out a lot of other people have that same idea. Or you decide, okay, today's the day I want to go do this, and then all of a sudden everybody else seems to be doing the same thing at the same time. It's that kind of energy. Sometimes as collective energy we have the same things going on at the same time, even though different things happen to different people. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting for you guys as well, is this energy of you might be going along the same way as other people. Your romantic life looks pretty stable this month, pretty much like the other people's for the most part. I don't really see any major like big romantic starts necessarily. I do think that if you guys are in relationships, they should do very, very well. You might even be able to, you know, give a present to your significant other, you know, or celebrate or have party together or other things like that happening. Is kind of what I'm seeing there. Once again, you're going to be focusing a lot on your community and your family and other things like that this month because of your praise and other things. So it's not going to be just you and your loved one this month. You know, you're going to be sharing them with the universe and the world, basically. So you got that going on. If you are not in a relationship, I don't necessarily see you as getting into one this month necessarily, because it seems like most of what is coming to you this month seems to be more recognition and financial gain. But it is possible that you will meet somebody this month that eventually you will get into a good relationship with. I don't necessarily see you starting it this month per se, but you might actually meet them, or you know, you might start heading down that road of dating and other things, just probably not this month specifically. It's more like the universe might bring them into your life kind of deal, but it won't necessarily go to anything more stronger than that. And that's pretty much the energy of most people had this month of as far as romance goes. They weren't really not a lot of big upheavals romantic wise, except for the few people that might lose out with a romantic partner. There's not a lot of those, and you guys were not amongst those. So I really don't see any major breakups or anything like that this month for you guys, or anything like that. If you're in a relationship, it should be a pretty good one. It should go pretty well. Okay, so there's that going on there. All right, let's move on to our charms. Let's see what else we might find out for the month, or what else is going on, okay? All right, let's see what we got going today. All right, we have the number 1. That usually means this is all about you, which is very much true. This month is all about you. This is all about you getting noticed, you getting praise, recognition, recognition, things like that. So that's definitely the case there. We do have the dove with a message, so you might be getting a letter or another message that will be very important to you that might help explain some of the good fortune befalling you or what's happening there. We do have Santa Claus, so somebody might be giving you a special gift or a present or other things like that. We have some letters here. We have PAPIX. Those could spell words that you can think of. They could be initials or other things. So I like to let you guys do what you can with the letters in case there's anything that you think of that might be of special interest to you or that came to your mind. Also, if you think of anything, you can always put it down in the comments for anybody else who watched Pile 3 to maybe help them out as well. So that's something you all can think of doing. But the letters are PAPIX. You also have the Queen of Swords. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's not the Queen, it's the Jack. So basically the Jack's either the Page or the Knight of Swords. What I see with that is new clarity. The Swords energy to me is always very much about our thoughts, our minds, how we think about things. And like I said, the clarity that I get from the sword suit, you know, I feel very much like things are going to become a lot clearer to you this month, and you're going to be able to see things a lot better. Okay, so you also have a few other charms here. You have the elephant and the starfish. That's really interesting. You know, two totally different worlds, two totally different types of entities. We have the starfish, which is, you know, you think of stars, you think of special things, you think of magical things, and it's from the ocean, so it's a little bit kind of mysterious or whatever. And then you think of elephants, and you think of how special they are, how powerful they are, and how intelligent and family-oriented and other things. So it's really interesting how you have kind of this earthly and then this mystical kind of thing going on here, because I feel like a lot of your energy this month is going to be that way, because you have the Wands energy, which is the fiery, passionate, run out and, you know, get things kind of energy, and a little bit more mystical, a little bit more on the spiritual side. And then you have a lot of the Pentacles energy, which you had a ton of in here, which is a little bit more down to earth, a little bit more, you know, dealing with the earthly realm, dealing with what's, you know, right here, right now kind of thing. And you also had some Cups energy, which is a little bit more of that mystical type of energy again as well, because the water signs tend to be a little bit more mystical. So that's really interesting how you have both of them going on in your reading, because that's a lot of what your month is going to be like. It's going to be this fiery, passionate, really exciting stuff, and then also this really down to earth, working hard, you know, pulling in things from work and doing that. So it's really interesting how, you know, your month is kind of going that way. You do have the Live in the Moment and Be Bravely You and Warrior. Those symbols are all about enjoy things as they come up, enjoy things while you can, because it's all exciting. Everything is going to happen to you, even if it's not what some people would consider a good thing, because, you know, I'm sure you're going to have some things during the month that aren't going to be as pleasant, but it's still going to be exciting. It's still going to be worth paying attention to. It's still going to be something to live off of. The image that came to my mind is, we watch a lot of science fiction and other things like that around the family. We're very much into that kind of stuff. And one of the shows we watch is Star Trek. And in The Next Generation, there is a character who experiences like prune juice for the first time. And prune juice is, you know, very bitter and kind of an acquired taste, and it's kind of like, oh my goodness. And he drinks it and he absolutely just goes, oh my goodness, and you know, squints his face up and does all these other things, and then he wants another one because he's enjoying the experience of it. And that's what I want you to think of this month. Enjoy the experience of this month. Everything that happens to you this month, enjoy the experience of it. Even if it's something slightly unpleasant or different or whatever, it's still going to be fun experiencing it, because that's the energy of your month. Okay, that's just the way it's going. Okay, so that sounds really exciting. Let's move on to your oracle spheres. This is where you think of a yes or no type of question that you would like to get an answer to, and then you pick a stand for it to be put on. Okay, we have 4 different stands this time. We have silver, gold, green, and blue. And what you do is you think of a yes or no question, so not any that has any kind of open-ended answer to it, but you think of a question that can have a yes, no, maybe, probable, those kind of answers, okay? And then you pick your stand. Like I said, silver, gold, green, and blue. And then you decide which stand you'd like your answer to appear on, and we go out and get your answers. All right. Number 1, silver's a no. Number 2, gold is a not likely. Number 3, green is a not now. And number 4, blue is a no. Okay. Interesting answers. We have no, not likely, not now, and no. So there are oracle sphere answers. Whenever they're all kind of a similar energy like that, I always wonder what the questions are. I don't know. It just kind of always fascinates me whenever that happens. All right, let's move on to our angel numbers. This is an opportunity for the angels to impart some extra knowledge to you, or something else they'd like for you to pay attention to or think about for the month, okay? The way this generally works is you pick a stand like you did for the others. We have silver, purple, red, bronze, and green. Okay, so you pick your stand. You can pick more than one if you wish, because some people do. And we will get angel numbers 1 through 55. We'll pick 5 of those numbers at random, and then we'll go on the stands. Then you can go to the links in the description that will lead you to websites that will tell you about the angel numbers and what the specific meanings for each number is, because each number has its own resonance and its own meaning. Or you can just type in angel number whatever in a web browser, and it will take you to a link somewhere that will explain to you what the numbers mean. That's one way to utilize these. Some people like to utilize them as their lucky numbers for the month. Some people like to think of them as important dates for the month, that you know, something important might happen, or they might need to make a decision or do something. So that's up to you guys to decide what you want to do with them, okay? So you've picked your stands. Let's go get our numbers. Number 1, gray, is 47. Number 2, purple, is 32. Number 3, red, is 18. Number 4, bronze, is 8. And number 5, green, is 35. So your numbers are 47, 32, 18, 8, and 35. So there are your angel numbers for today's reading. Wow, guys, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. It uplifted me so much. I was really glad to see this reading today. I would love to hear about your month. I would love to hear what's going on and what happens. I'm very excited for you all. Please remember to watch other videos on the channel. If you can like, subscribe, and hit the bell, you can be notified of future videos when they come out. We do these type of readings at least once a week, as well as our daily messages from Spirit that you might check out. All right, guys, we look forward to seeing you again in the future, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.